This is Diarmuid Keeney here from ICAN Acoustics. Recently, we were asked by a client to carry out reverberation tests in a large atrium space. The first part of the process was to first measure the reverberation time, which we did, and our results looked something like this. Okay, so let's take a look at the graph. In the 250 Hz band, we have a reverberation time of 2.9 seconds. In the 500 Hz band, we have a reverberation time of 3 seconds. 1000 Hz, 3.1 seconds. 2000 Hz, 2.5 seconds. And 4000 Hz at 1.8 seconds. And then finally 8000 Hz at 0.9 seconds. So what does all that mean? Well, the RT60 is an acoustical measurement used to calculate the reverberation time decay in a room, if you like. So in reality, it's a measurement of the time taken given for an audio signal to fall off by 60 decibels, and that's where the 60 comes from. So it gives us a picture of how that room will behave when we induce sound energy into that room. And from the graph we can see how it will behave in each of those octave bands. So what it is important to understand is when we created or carried out that reverberation test, we used pink noise. But in reality, when it comes to installing, we'll say, a voice reinforcement system in a place or an environment like that, we're more interested in speech. So after that, after we carried out our reverberation test, we decided to use amplified speech. And this is the raw sample. I'm going to play you a raw sample of what we used, and then I'm going to play it back to you from the room. Here we go.
Okay, we're going to talk about sound system intelligibility, because although we tend to think of intelligibility as mainly speech, it also applies to music.
Okay, so that's an example of the raw audio recording that we used. We then introduced an amplifier and a speaker system in that room and decided to set that up at one of the proposed speaker locations, and then measuring a distance of 15 meters from that, we actually captured a recording of what that sounded like, and I'm going to play that for you now.
Where there's absolutely no sound absorption at all. I mean, one of those places where I've been is like King's Hall in Belfast, which is just a huge concrete barn, or it was when I was there. But normally you're lucky enough to have some absorption in the room, even if it's only audience, and that will tend to cause the reverberation time to reduce.
So there you have it. That is a sample of a recording captured at one specific location at a distance from the speaker. And from that you should be able to hear how the room influences that playback and essentially makes it more reverberant. So just to clarify again, I've shown you the reverberation times for the specific room that we measured using pink noise, and what I've done is I've also played back a recording of how it sounds at a set distance. So it just goes to show how influential the room can be indeed on any voice amplification system. So hopefully that's of benefit. Thank you for your time.